Sansi.
Judy Bory.
Here.
Robin Barker.
Here.
Cheryl Bigelow is absent. Barbara Fitzgerald.
Here.
Catherine Meek.
Here.
Nola Perkins.
Here.
And Vera Walters.
Here.
We have a quorum.
And I need a motion for acceptance of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
I request, do we need a roll call for that?
Judy Bory.
Yes.
Robin Barker.
Yep.
Cheryl Bigelow is absent. Barbara Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Catherine Meek.
Yes.
Nola Perkins.
Yes.
And Vera Walters.
Yes.
And motion passes.
And now the acceptance of minutes for June 12th, 2025, special meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Judy Bory.
Yes.
Robin Barker.
Yes.
Cheryl Bigelow is absent. Barbara Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Catherine Meek.
Yes.
Nola Perkins.
Yes.
And Vera Walters.
Yes.
Motion passes.
And we're down to the call to the public, and there is no public, so we'll go on. So we'll go on to our correspondence.
There's no correspondence tonight.
And now we're down to the librarian's report.
Okay. Thank you all for being here tonight. Pam Harrison, Library Director, and we've got our librarian's report that's going to cover mostly the last 3 months since we didn't get to meet last month. So we have our reports, our statistics for circulation and programs for June and July. And June, of course, was our busiest month since it's the main month of our summer reading program. You can see our book circulation went way up from the month before, which we're always super excited to see. And it's also our busiest program month for kids, and it resulted in 169 programs overall that included all ages, and 3,851 participants, which is off the charts. We are so excited that we reached so many people in June. July was a little bit less, but still a great performance by our summer reading programmers. Our most popular program this summer was called Mestival, which went along with our Color Your World theme. And if you missed it, it was a party in the grass with purple foam shooting out of machine. And you got to roll in it, dance in it.
Yay.
Yeah, we had a lot of purple people in the library that evening, so it was a lot of fun. 286 people came to that program.
Wow.
Of course, we have lots of outreach going on, especially right before summer reading. And then our adult program, as we'll see later on in our SRP statistics for participants and attendance for the program itself in terms of reading minutes, they were the biggest growing group this summer. So I'll be looking at that in just a minute. Lots of numbers.
Wow.
And then July was 131 programs and 2,164 attendance. So a little bit less because, of course, Apache Junction schools go back in like the middle of July. So I do have a report from our outreach department. Megan Carbiner wrote me a great report about their back-to-school outreach initiative. And so I'm going to read that in full for you tonight. She said, we continued to deepen our relationships with Apache Junction schools, which we began focusing on in our 2023 to 2025 strategic plan, and are prevailing within our 2025 to 2028 strategic plan, which we'll be also seeing later tonight. Our mission for the start of this school year was to split up and attend as many back-to-school events as possible. Stephanie Opplinger and I act as school liaisons for the library, and we tried to frequent as many school events as possible. But since many of the Meet the Teacher nights take place at the same time, we recruited the help of Cheryl Pugh from the Outreach Department and Megan Robles, also from the Youth Department. And together, they were able to attend a total of 7 open houses / Meet the Teacher nights at Four Peaks, Desert Vista, the Learning Center, the Classical Academy at Superstition Mountain, Cactus Canyon Junior High, Avalon Charter School, Imagine Prep, and Apache Trail High School. I think they pretty much got them all.
Wow.
We talked to a total of 578 students, parents, and staff at these events, and we shared information about our Apache Junction Unified School District Student Library Card, which just went live today, in case anyone's been waiting for that. Online resources like Brain Fuse Tutoring, which is live tutoring with a real tutor from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till I believe it's 10 o'clock at night. That is free with your library card. Educational clubs at the library like Math Mondays, and they signed up families for library cards. And we also gave out, of course, Apache Junction Public Library stickers and pencils and swag. In addition, Stephanie and I visited all of the Apache Junction schools and spoke to teachers during staff training and meetings to get the word out about our student library card and many online and in-person resources and services. Stephanie and I talked to 135 staff members during these meetings. Cheryl and Megan also attended Stand Up AJ's annual back-to-school event that took place at Apache Junction High School with free school supplies and many other giveaways for the students. Sharon and Megan interacted with over 650 people at that event, and they had the unique opportunity of being asked to participate in Four Peak Elementary's assembly on the first day of school, where they reached 425 students and staff and shared how the library can support them this school year with a fun skit from Marvelous Megan and Super Stephanie.
Yay.
They also had 5 students stop by the library from Divergence Academy, which is a new school right on the board of AJ, and this is for students that are on the autistic spectrum. They had a field trip and a class with Chris in our makerspace. Stephanie and I also organized a meeting with Brett Bitterman, the new principal of the reopened SMES campus, now called the Classical Academy, and we had a few collaborations with Mr. Bitterman and the Academy in the works. We have also begun our biannual distribution of Start Smart Bags, which we've actually had for quite a while. They went on hiatus over COVID, but they contain board books and picture books, and they are given to Apache Junction classrooms, mainly in preschools, to support their early literacy efforts. They get traded out quarterly until they get a fresh batch of books to share in their classroom. And by the end of August, they will deliver approximately 380 books to Head Start and Early Head Start, Little Prospector Preschool, and the Early Learning Center. These books will reach approximately 235 children, and we swap out the bags for new bags. For good measure, we have already scheduled lunch visits throughout the end of the school year so we can be present monthly at Apache Junction High School, Cactus Canyon Junior High, ATHS, which is Apache Trail High School, and Imagine Prep. During these events, we check out books, give out freebies, provide information about resources, services, and events, and supply interactive crafts or activities for the students. And the main goal of these visits is for the tweens and teens to connect with Apache Junction Library staff, so they'll feel comfortable visiting us and utilizing our resources. And this is often a difficult demographic to get into the library. We have also attended Club Rush at Apache Junction High School and are scheduled to host a table at their upcoming college and career fair. Lastly, as we conducted community partner focus groups for our strategic planning process, it was suggested that a representative from the library speak quarterly at school board meetings to share Apache Junction Public Library offerings. And Megan Carbiner is currently scheduled to speak at the board members, to the board members, not at them. She did so in August, and then she's scheduled for October, and 2 more planned for 2026. At the start of the school year, we were optimistic. When it comes to schools, we've interacted with a total of 2,028 people about the library, and we can't wait for that number to grow. And that's the end of the outreach report.
What
Wow.
an accomplishment.
Accomplishment.
Yes.
School year, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Now,
great.
the student cards, are they the same? Do they look the same as our library cards?
They are a virtual card, so there's no physical card.
Okay.
They use their student ID number from their school as their library barcode account number,
Okay.
and then their PIN number is the month and day of their birth. And with that, they can check out 3 books at a time at the library or at the mobile library, and they can also get access to all of our digital collections and databases. So there's nothing for them to sign up for. It's automatic.
around.
Every student gets it. Yep. So every year, though, we have to get a new list of students from the school, and we work with their technology department to create a file from their school that we'll upload into our circulation system.
So
Yeah.
you don't update the card.
Report. And sometime during the meeting, I'd like to give the international outreach report, if I may.
Oh, certainly. Wonderful.
What did she? I didn't hear her.
She wants to give the international outreach report.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
Is this time to do that, or should I wait?
Your wishes, Madam President.
I guess she could go ahead and do that. And Vera, or Nola is in Thailand. Is that correct, Nola?
And yes, I'm in Thailand now, but my outreach report is from Myanmar,
Oh, that's
Okay.
right, Myanmar.
the old,
Okay.
the old Burma. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you'd like to give a quick report, we can do that right now, Nola.
I took some books that you all gave me from the library, and they were very happy to have those, and it sparked some interest, and they have started a story time, and I was able to purchase online there 200 very simple books for the primary and the preschool, and they have started sending them home with the parents. So not only are they beginning to teach the children English, they're also teaching the parents, because the parents are supposed to read these little books to the children. So I feel like we've sparked some real interest in my little school in Myanmar.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely, that is so cool.
That's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for letting me tell you that.
All right, we'll continue with summer reading stats. So this is summer reading program participation totals is in the top chart, and finishers is in the bottom. Participants shows total minutes or books read depending on the age of the participant. The birth to 5-year-olds do number of books. Everybody else does minutes. So you can see the number of minutes were logged. Adults, 714,000. Teens, 191. Kids, 566,000. And then the birth to 5 is 24,471 books. And then you can see that the number of participants in each category, with adults, which used to be the lowest, is now the highest. And there is a reason for that. One is that over the years, we've switched from doing the paper logs to doing the online accounts. And to do the online accounts, the best way to do it is for the parent to sign up and put all the kids underneath them as a family. So by doing that, we've gained a lot of adult readers. But you can see they logged a lot of minutes, so they were reading, which is great to show your kids that you're reading along with them. So they all, they've received rewards at 200, 400, 600, 800, and 1,000 minutes, or 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 books. And then the finishers, we had 2,205 with the adults. I think the adults, okay. Adults was lower this year. Yeah, I'm getting all my numbers backward. Okay, we had adults, registrants. Oh, no, we had more adult finishers this year. We had 425. Last year it was 389. Teens was almost exactly the same. And the kids and the littles, the 0 to 5-year-olds, that changed a little bit because last year they did littles birth to 6. This year they did birth to 5, and so it caused a little bit of a difference. But all in all, we did slightly better than we did last year in terms of participants and finishers. So it was a great year, and we just keep finding different ways to build on it every year. So next year, I believe the theme is something to do with dinosaurs. So that should be pretty popular.
The website kicked me off 3/4 of the way through.
What?
And I couldn't finish the books. I finished the books, but I couldn't input them. So it just kicked me completely off. Just
Off of the
bye.
off of Brain
Off of the
Beanstalk?
Yep, kicked me out.
Ah,
It was sad.
you should let me know.
Well, I didn't have time to come in at that point, and then I got to the point where I was reading my books like I
Yeah,
usually do
exactly.
anyway.
I don't get to log my minutes.
Yeah.
So actually, we had more minutes than this
Yes, you
shows.
did.
Yeah, because we didn't get to put Robin's 50,000 minutes in here.
That's
so.
about it. But you know me
Has-
too well.
Exactly.
Has this gotten written up in the newspaper about, the summer reading program and how many minutes and how many, how many
No, but
adults?
yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah,
Truly is.
good idea.
Truly.
Remind me next year, will you, Judy?
Okay.
Just
Oh,
kidding.
gosh.
Keep that in mind, Judy. Okay.
I'll put it here somewhere.
Nah, it is a
Call
good
in
thing.
now, have him put it on the calendar.
Yep. You got this, Nancy.
Yeah.
Okay. You might have heard that Senator Ruben Gallego did a visit at the library. We hosted him for a town hall in our large Opal room on Monday, August 11th. And he scheduled these across Pinal County so he can hear directly from Arizonans and discuss how federal policies are impacting their communities. And this discussion was specifically about Medicaid cuts, veterans care, and local U.S. immigration and customs enforcement actions against immigrants. Mayor Wilson did an introductory opening remarks, introduced the senator. We had over 100 in attendance. I didn't get the exact number, probably 120. Fancy was instrumental in getting this set up because it was kind of a last-minute schedule. So she worked with his team on making sure everything flowed really smoothly, and everything went really well. So it was nice to see all the people that showed up to discuss these issues.
It looks like a lot of veterans in the
Yep.
audience.
There were.
Yep, there
a lot
was.
of veterans.
Arizona at Work. We're excited to announce that we've signed a memorandum of understanding with Arizona at Work, Pinal County Workforce Development Board for them to be, or for us to be an access point for job seekers to utilize the Pinal County career coaches for job search assistance, writing assistance, career development coaching, and assistance with filing for unemployment insurance, and even more than that. So what is going to happen is that they're going to create a schedule of when they're going to be present in the library, these career coaches, to provide these services on a walk-in basis. And we're going to have a kickoff event when we get closer to that, and that gets advertised to expand our Arizona at Work presence. We currently have a gentleman that comes in from Arizona at Work every Tuesday morning for 3 hours. And he normally single-handedly helps 8 to 10 to 12 people. But now they're going to have, I understand, 2 coaches. They're going to be here more often. They're going to be able to do private consultations. So we'll be that access point to help them reach their goals and for us to be a permanent place for them to come. So we're really excited for that to come. We'll have more information at our next meeting.
And we'll have stats on that, how many attend and that type of
Oh,
thing?
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Our library website will soon be under construction. Well, it might not be under construction, but all of a sudden one day it's going to be gone and another one will be in its place. So we're getting a new website developed and built for us. A lot to come. It's going to be very attractive, more easily navigable, easier to find what you're looking for, and everything's just going to work a lot better. And it's just going to hopefully bring more people to the library and to realize the wonderful resources and materials we have. So I'll keep you updated on that too, on that as well. That takes quite amount of time, and I don't have an ETA on that quite yet, but it has started.
In-house?
I'm sorry?
Are you doing it in-house or?
No, we've hired a website developer to do that, yeah. And the library reading garden, we are still in the design phase. We are currently going through 90% plans. Comments have kind of gone back and forth between us and the designer. It's been a long road. There's been a few changes. There's probably going to be some more changes along the way as we get closer, as we were looking more at structural engineering, electrical, and all those other things. So, but right now, it's the same picture it was before, but next time I think we'll be a little bit closer to getting a better picture of what it's going to look like and all the amenities, what it'll have. We hope to have construction starting before the end of the year. And that'll be the perfect time to do it because it'll be nice and cool outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hopefully know that this month is Library Card Sign-Up Month, and if you want a brand new, sparkly, dark blue, glistening library card, come to the library this month. You can swap your card out for free for this card that has a picture of the superstitions on it. You can see it right behind where it says Sign Up Today. It's kind of hard to see.
Very nice.
Yes.
I already signed up.
You already did? Did you get the new card?
No, I didn't. It wasn't offered.
Oh, no.
No, but that's okay.
Ah.
I like my card.
Well, that's the
I've had
thing.
it for years and years and years.
I will never give up my card because I know the number by heart.
That's it.
So, I know, you got to be willing, and then if you do Libby, we
pretty
have to
card.
merge your cards together so you don't lose your holds, and it's a thing.
Yeah,
But
I
it is
like
very
it.
pretty.
This is very pretty. Yes.
Yes.
My library card has a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, and this particular new card says Pinell County instead of Apache Junction.
It does. Pinell
Okay.
County had a kind of a contest earlier in the year where they had different designs and public could vote on them. And this was one of them, I believe. And then I'm not quite sure exactly. Jason in our adult services department, he wanted to do something special for Library Card Sign-Up Month. So he was able to get us a limited collection of these
That's
cards.
nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So come on in and get your new card or keep your old one. And remember your number for life.
Yes.
And thank you to Sansi for making the flyer. And we've got sandwich board signs out at the west entrance with this on there.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's attracting a little attention, reminding people to either renew their card or to come in and get a card. We had 2 service awards within the last month. The first was Penny Brumbaugh, who's our youth services supervisor librarian, with her 5-year service award. And then, as many of you know, Megan Sparks, she earned her 20 years. She started in the library when she was
She was a
3.
baby. Yeah, she was just a little baby.
She was a baby. So, yeah, we're not going to say how long Sansi's been with the library. Yeah. She beats both of them. So, yeah, they got their certificates. They get, what do they get? They get like a stipend. Not a stipend.
Been here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get like a small cash amount. If you get enough years, you get like a week off, like TJ Watkins. You got
Oh,
like a
yeah.
week. Yeah, you got to be here for 40 years. But
He probably got the whole year off paid.
yeah. So congratulations to Penny and Megan. We're so glad they're with us, and we appreciate all their hard work and for making our library what it is. Okay, and I'm going to save this for our new business. So I am through with our librarian support. Thank you.
Before you are through with that, are there signs up in the library about these service awards for these folks, I think that would be really cool.
It's a great idea, too.
Just put
See,
it
you
up
got-
so that people see it.
You guys need to, like, come visit me on a daily basis and say, do this and do that, and I'll say, yes, why didn't I think of that? That's a good idea. Do you have that written down, Sancy?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I have lost everything this week. I lost my packet before I got here. I lost something else earlier this week, so I don't want to write anything down.
Understood. Gotcha.
Okay, now we're on to old business. Is there any old business to report?
No, not tonight.
And then we're going into new business.
Okay, so for new business tonight, we are discussing, or at least looking at our new strategic plan for the library for fiscal year, actually that should be fiscal year 26.
Okay. I
So
was
sorry
gonna
about that.
ask question. Thank you.
I didn't catch that. Fiscal year 26 through 28, so it's a 3-year plan. And the means the means of how we got to this plan is through the hard work we did with the patron surveys, staff surveys, focus groups, gathering all that information, and then working through it to find the items that stood out the most. And then, like last time, they all just seem to fall into these categories, the same categories we had last time. They fit into library access, communication, community engagement, and library spaces.
Makes
It's just
sense.
the way it kind of happens. And some of them can overlap a little bit, but, so what we did next is took a look at the strategies that were under those that we developed as a team, and then I decided which ones I think we should work on first. And a lot of that has to do with how long the strategy is going to take,
All right.
staff availability to get the things done, and sometimes taking the low-hanging fruit is easiest and then working towards the bigger ones. Plus, I also had specific people assigned to certain things because it was in their strong point, their wheelhouse, and I didn't want to have one person assigned to like 4 different strategies in year 1, because that's just not attainable. So this is the ones that are highlighted in the dark blue are the ones that we're going to focus on the most this year, although we have a lot of staff that are assigned to be part of the team for the other ones that aren't highlighted, and they've already started working on them. So they're excited to get going on a lot of these. So the first one we have is goal 1, which kind of is the category of access. So having equal access to everything that the library has available. And strategy 1, I'm actually on this one along with a couple other staff. We're going to be looking at our interior spaces to ensure that they're fully accessible to all patrons, mostly with the lens of ADA. We've realized a lot over the last couple of years, especially with getting new furniture and new shelving, that we do have some spaces because of the shape of our building that are kind of tight. We've had some of our staff already go through and do some measurements on certain things, and we're looking at what things can we easily move and reconfigure, and then what are the bigger things that are going to involve like facilities to get us into compliance. So right now we're working through an ADA checklist. We're going to focus first on things that are low cost but high impact. And then we're going to start making some phased plans for improvements on some other items. This one I expect is probably going to last the full 3 years of the plan because it's just so much. And then in addition to the physical spaces, we're also going to be looking at assistive technologies. What are the newer technologies out there that can help us communicate better with our patrons? Things like screen readers, There's like things during the winter lecture series. There's these different things that can amplify the sound. There's a lot of different things out there that I'm not very well-versed in, but hopefully we will be by the time we get to the end of this. So that is one that we're going to focus on this year, at least starting this year. Goal 2 falls under the category of communication, or most of the things there fall under communication. Strategy 2, improve the discoverability of materials by enhancing catalog tools, signage, displays, and staff support. And it's a little bit similar to one we had in the previous year, but it's one of those things that you do it and everything seems better, but then you think, well, maybe we can change this and do some things different. So this is going to have a lot of different parts to it. We're looking at having displays and or focused collections or resources made available, and I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but we want, when people are in programs, we don't want to just entertain them with the programs. We also want to introduce them to something new, whether it be a different collection of books that they normally don't check out, or it's a digital collection like Cloud Library, or it's universal class to learn a new skill. We want to try to have something at every program where we can introduce people to and focus on something different for them to kind of broaden their experience with the library. We have a new catalog that just started this week, actually, that was rolled out. We still have our old catalog, which is now called the Classic View, but there's now a more visual enhanced version that's known as Vega. It's part of our catalog and circulations, it's part of our circulation system. Go on and take a look if you want to kind of get an idea of how it works. One of the nice things it does is when you're looking in the catalog for a specific, let's say a specific title, it'll show you one record for the book version, one record for the audiobook version, one record for the version on Cloud Library. Well, with this new product, it puts all of those into the same record, so you don't have to keep hunting for it. So it's supposed to be a little bit more intuitive and not an easier, better experience for the patron. So we're going to be working on some staff training and promotion of that product, along with getting out some new wayfinding tools. We have people, because we have so many rooms, where do I find this, where do I find that? But on the same token, we don't want to clutter up our library again with too many signs, because we all know people don't read signs. But if we get things put in specific places, I think we can do a better job at making discoverability easier.
Will you do classes in those different, like those different venues, so that people will learn how to use the?
We've talked about it, yeah. We're still learning it ourselves. It came out, it was rolled out kind of quick, and even our room booking system changed, and also how you, as patrons, sign up for programs has now changed. It's a different product. So yeah, we're still kind of working through the bumps. We've got some tutorials on the website. But yeah, I don't think it'll be too crazy hard, but yeah, we can definitely do one-on-ones or group things. Sometimes when we do classes, it's hard because the times or the days don't work out for people and they don't show up. But yeah, we can definitely.
We'll go in as a duo.
Okay.
Anyone else who wants to join us, because I know I would like to have a little tutoring, especially if, on
Okay.
all of them.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll talk to you guys to find out when's a good day time, and then we'll invite others to join in on that.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Great.
Yes.
So that is strategy 2. Strategy 3 is just the website, which is a project in itself. Figuring out where things need to be, how to get more traffic to certain things, this web developer is very well versed on making things accessible to those with like low vision problems and stuff like that. following all the laws about that. So we don't have any concerns about that, but we know that our current website, especially on the mobile version, is clunky. It's hard to find stuff. Every day we get emails, how do I renew my library card? Even though it's right under where it says library cards, nobody can find it. So we'll be looking at all those things and hopefully creating a website that is fun to go to, more visual, more things to discover, easier to navigate. Goal 3 is community engagement. So we've got 2 different strategies we're focusing on this year for that one. Collaborate with community partners to maintain current resources, keep patrons informed, and empower partners to serve as library ambassadors and advocates. So this is something that Megan Carbiner, who's our lead for the outreach department, that we've been talking about the past years. A lot of libraries have outreach ambassador programs, and it's something that we'd like to start here to get more people involved with knowing not only knowing the library for themselves, but sharing it with others. And I know somebody like Catherine would be wonderful at this, because she's great at sharing knowledge with others.
Yes.
We want to identify all of our possible community partners. We want to host meetups. We want to be involved, and we want to share what we have to share and also be able to learn what others are doing so that we can either collaborate or share that out with other people. So this is going to be a big in Denver. Megan is already so busy as it is, but she and I and others will be working on this one to hopefully create a stronger community presence. And then strategy 2 is to develop and deliver programs and services tailored to the needs, interests, and schedules of children aged 6 to 12, as well as families. This one was huge during the focus groups and the patron surveys. We did have a gap. We did lots of programs for 0 to 5, but as soon as I turned 6, our offerings were often not what they wanted, or not on the right days or the right times, or not consistent. So that is one that the youth department will be working on. They've already started a Math Monday program, a creative writing program. So they're trying out some different things, and they have a lot of feedback from some of our really active families. And then lastly, we got goal 4, which is spaces. We got a lot for spaces. The first one is to increase the amount and variety of seating, not only to support comfort and accessibility and create diverse use of library space, but to have hopefully some quieter areas, some more collaborative work areas, and then those for like people that want to casually gather and talk at a normal level. It's hard to create in a building like ours because we've got so many different spaces, and we realize there's certain rooms that don't have enough seating. So it's going to be one that it's going to take some time to kind of figure out, but we're trying to not only increase the amount and the type of seating, but to also just create environments that are better for certain groups of people, and that's pretty much what that one's about. Strategy 3, increase awareness and usage of our AV studio with some targeted promotion, staff-led demonstrations, and integration into library programming. Our makerspace gets used a ton, but our AV studio not so much, and I think a lot of it's because people don't know what's in there and how to use it. So we're going to be doing some targeted promotion programs. Chris, who's our part-time AV specialist, he's going to do demonstrations, just like on the fly. You might come in on a day that he's in there, and he's going to be showing how to use the light kits, or he's going to show how to use the Lumix 4K camera. Other times he might have, more formal programs where he can do they used to call them petting zoos, where you can actually get to use them and find out all the different things they can do. And then he's also trying to collaborate with the adult services and youth services programmer so that we can do AV stuff for kids versus AV stuff for like people that want to do podcasting or want to do YouTube videos or whatever. So this one's going to be kind of fun, and he's really looking forward to to getting more involved with the AV studio himself.
Could local businesses use it to
Oh, of course.
advertise their, to make some, like a movie or something?
Yeah, definitely. We've had Ryan
Really
from
good.
Economic Development and Brock come in, and
Mhm.
they're aware of what we have, and they're trying to let businesses know that that's available and a free service for them. So definitely, lots of different ways that the studio can be used. And then lastly, strategy 4. This one is about looking more at our spaces in the terms of policy and guidelines and behaviors so that everybody is welcome, but everybody wants to be there at the same time. As a public library, we're open to everybody. We don't say you can't come in, but you can. We don't tell people how long they can stay, but we do have certain guidelines and rules about acceptable behaviors. We want to take a hard look at those, look at what other communities and other libraries are doing. With the garden coming, we might have different rules for the outside than the inside. So we want to take a hard look at everything. We don't want resources being monopolized by one group rather than other groups. So we're just going to take a hard look at everything and see what works best for our community to make people have a place that's public and open for everybody and inclusive, yet it's a place where everybody feels comfortable coming and wants to come to. So that is the nutshell version of.
Wow. That's an amazing strategic plan. Truly is.
Thank you.
And 3 years to get it done.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I'm awestruck.
some will be harder than others, but
Because you've got a marvelous staff.
I know.
Yeah.
Incredible folks
We do.
who work their buns off to make things work. So
I know. They have a real passion for
They
public
do.
service and
Creative.
they
They're
are
very
so
creative.
creative.
Yep.
Amen. Yes, they are.
So are there any questions about any of the goals or strategies, even the ones that I didn't cover tonight that are kind of on the back burner for now?
I have a comment question on Goal 1, Strategy 2. Are you going to be working with the school that you spoke of in terms of what is a good standard for the autistic, et cetera? Is that?
I'm sure I'll talk to them. I know the school's really small. I think they only have maybe a handful of students right now. But we are looking at getting to be an autism certified center.
Wow.
There's also cities that get autism certified through all of their public-facing buildings are all trained in how to work best and provide the best services for those that are on the spectrum. So we're looking at doing that hopefully next year. I've already met with the people that run the, it's not a company, but it's an overarching place where you get the certification from. I guess it's kind of like a school.
Is this kind of like the Dark Night or the dark light thing that
Dark
goes
skies.
on for several years? And
No,
you have to
no.
meet X goals all the way along.
Well, there's training, and you have to get 80% of your staff trained on certain things, and then you have to keep up with it. And of course, there's a cost to do that, and every couple of years, so it's an ongoing thing. So if you can keep your staff, you're best off because it'll be easiest.
And is that a large?
I'm sorry?
Is that a large percentage of our population?
It's getting to be.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's growing,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
Well, I think the identification of the spectrums is growing. That's,
Awareness.
awareness of the situation has grown immensely over the last, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
What used to be considered strange is now noticed as part of the spectrum.
Yeah. they've discovered a lot about it and the different levels and varieties. And
That's really fascinating that you're doing
But-
that.
Mhm.
That's excellent.
What about literacy? I'm just trying to find out where it would fit in, what goals, what goal it would fit into. I mean, do we do any kind of literacy programs?
Would that be part of the expanding partnerships with local schools to support student learning?
But it might be, I'm thinking adults, more adult literacy.
are you meaning like ESL classes or
Is sort of
Adult literacy.
adult literacy.
adult literacy?
Yeah. Being able
Right.
to read, being able to,
The strategy 4 on goal 3 does address that to a certain extent. And I think that strategy 2 does the children.
yeah, I'm
And
thinking
their
of the
literacy.
adults, the adults.
And with the Arizona job thing coming in and so forth.
I think that's a valid point.
Yeah. It is. We are a
I mean,
library.
if we want people to read, use our books, we need people to be able to read.
What do
Right.
you think that would look like?
Gosh, I don't know.
I think you would
Yeah.
look at, like that strategy 4 talks about offering ESL and conversational English, is having opportunities for tutoring for people who want to improve their reading. Some of them as job skills, some of them just,
And
many retired people who are not readers.
Right.
And would
And
like to
goal-
move forward in that area.
goal 1, strategy 3 addresses it to a certain extent also.
Well, not
Yeah,
specifically.
it's not classes. I think the
Doesn't
strategy
say
4 is more classes.
specifically.
It's making sure you're serving their needs. There are other libraries do adult teaching of reading skills. So I
To
think
other
that
adults?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Literacy Volunteers of America is one
Right.
of those
Yeah.
groups. There are others as well.
Well, it's definitely something we need to look into more. It wasn't something that came up in our, in our gathering of information.
yeah.
It probably did to an extent, but it wasn't a main. But then again, most of the people that take the survey already are literate,
They're
so.
already literate,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And they're
So.
taking advantage of the library, or they wouldn't have had access to
Right, right,
the surveys.
yeah.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, adult literacy has always been a big thing in some of the communities I've lived in. And so I just wondered if, where it would kind of fit into any of these goals. But
That's its place, is goal 3, strategy 4B.
Okay. It's very good, though, very good. A lot of planning went into this, that's for sure.
Yeah. Jason is our adult services librarian. He's taking a library management certificate course, and he said one of his classes right now is just about strategic planning. So it's like, they didn't have that when
Perfect.
I went to library school.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, that's what he said. Oh, good. Next year or 3 years from now, you can
Guess
do
who's
this.
going to be doing the strategic plan?
Is there anything else on the strategic plan you'd like to go over, Pam, or?
No, at this time, I just wanted to kind of concentrate on the ones that we have highlighted, because that's about all we're going to be able to focus on. They all kind of work together. But, we're excited about all of them.
And we'll get updates as we go along.
Oh, yeah, you mean
Yeah.
that, yeah, definitely. Yeah, every meeting I'll report something about it,
Okay.
so.
Great. There's requests for future agenda items. Are there any future agenda items? How about you, Nola?
Just offhand, I don't think of anything. I know your plan sounds daunting, but I have every confidence that you're up for it.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Catherine, do you have anything? Does anybody else have anything they want to add to our future agendas?
So our next meeting will most likely be November, and that's when we'll have our officers. And did Joel come last year too? No. Do we? We just, okay. 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 I'm thinking way too far back.
Well, if there's no further items for the agenda for for November, I guess we will adjourn.
7:20.
7:20.
Thank you, Nola.